Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Ryan Winkler alongside Chandler Jansen. And Chandler, it's Friday. You know what that means.
It's time for some high school football.
That's right. We are back for week one. The Cape Central Tigers are going to take on the New Madrid County Central Eagles here in week one. Opening day for high school football. Some of the teams did start their season last night, but the Tigers are going to start theirs tonight here at home against the Eagles. And the Eagles are a Class 2 opponent, and they lost quite a bit after last year's season. They had a pretty good season. They were 9-2, and then they lost Jadis Jones, B.J. Williamson, and I think it was A.J. Huff. I think his name was. There's always that third guy that I can't, for whatever reason, I can never remember his name. But those three graduated, and those three were pretty much the team last year. They did all the scoring for the Eagles on offense. So it'll be interesting to see how this team adapts to not having their big three back again this year.
Yeah, and you look at their record. They were 9-2 last year, and Cape Central, they were 10-4. So something to look at. You got two great running backs for Central coming back this year. You got the junior Keyshawn Boyd. You got the senior last year. And they led that Cape Central Tigers team to many victories.
Yeah, the Thunder and Lightning is what they are referred to. That's their nickname for the two running back duo for the Tigers, and that's usually exactly how it works. If the Thunder doesn't get to you, the Lightning will, and they scored quite a few points for the Tigers last year, and looking to recreate that again this year and lead the team back, hopefully, instead of just to the Final Four, hopefully to a state championship this year.
And Declan Pittman, he's coming back. He will be healthy again this year, so we're seeing him play that quarterback. And Jathan Spain, I believe he will be backup.
It's not because it's where it's at, it's just, I don't like it.
Correct?
It's kind of yellowish.
Yeah, Declan Pittman back in at quarterback, as we've got the starting lineups here for you for Cape Central. It'll be wide receivers Carter Armstrong and Paul Trin, and lining up as a wide receiver initially will be Zion Thomas as the Tigers take the field here on this one as we get ready for some football here in just about 4 minutes. Left guard Cameron Bird in center, Nate Roth, right guard Isaiah Husky, right tackle Connor Poole, wide offensive player Deshaun Sims, and the running back Keyshawn Boyd, and quarterback Declan Pittman. The point after attempt and the field goal kicker is Joey Charlton, who will also do the kickoffs. And
So
then the
lots of
punter
returning
here at
players.
Snyder. Yeah, lots of returning players. The starting lineup on offense is definitely the same. The only thing that's different is Devarius Nunley graduated. He's going to SEMO. He's actually already played a game. They played the last week and won their game against North Alabama. They scored 30 points, 30 unanswered points in the second half.
You love to see it.
And really turned that game around, especially considering SEMO lost their starting quarterback in that first half. We'll talk about that at halftime.
So we always like to do a little college, maybe a little NFL talk. Well, NFL has to start now. College has, and you can bet that we're going to be talking a little bit about some college sports, looking ahead to some games tomorrow as well, because it's going to be week one. Week 0 last week, some teams played, and a couple teams played this week, but tomorrow officially is the first week, week 1 of college football. So we'll be talking about that.
Well, yeah, like you were saying, a lot of guys coming back from their starting lineup last year, really just filling in those gaps. Really, the only one they had to fill in was for Nunley, and on defense, he's going to be the biggest one that's missing for the Tigers on defense. And other than that, I mean, they brought back, Gavin Pittland, Brown Clemens, Malachi Johnson, Malachi Smoot. We have Demarion Nunley, Cortez Hopkins. We got a lot of guys that came back on defense, and some that are filling in that can make this team just as good, if not better, than last year's squad.
You definitely have high hopes for them, that's for sure.
Yeah, exactly. The expectations are high after getting to the Final Four the semifinals twice, 2 years in a row, the expectations are definitely high, and hopefully that the players out on the field for the Tigers are not feeling any kind of pressure over those expectations. We're going to take a quick break while they get ready, and then we will come back and get this thing going for week 1 of the football season for the Cape Central Tigers.
One of the linemen plays pickleball on Osage. Comes out and plays every night. He knows me. Yeah, Isaiah is his first name.
I was going to ask you,
Pretty
do you have sponsors as part of that? Oh,
I saw him at the Jamboree. He came over, gave me that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no politics.
Real nice kid.
Back here, the Tigers will kick it off to start the game to New Madrid County Central, and we've got a penalty on the kickoff already. And it's going to be a false start on the kicking team.
Nothing like starting off with a penalty.
Yeah, starting the game off with a penalty. No time coming off the clock.
Pretty cool.
The Eagles will start on the 35-yard line.
You haven't seen it. It was worth seeing it. A lot of old people down there.
Set up in the gun with 2 receivers to the left, 1 in motion. And they're going to hand it off coming around the outside. He's going to get wrapped up and brought down just past the 35-yard line for a short gain. Looks like maybe 2 yards.
That is Charlie Rosano on the carry there for the Eagles. He will get a couple of yards, maybe about 1. Bring up a 2nd and 9 with 11:40 left to play.
Olin Mungle, the quarterback for the Eagles. Looking to the sideline. Not going to be too much of a hurry. 2 receivers on each side this time. So set up with a back in the backfield. They're going to hand it off again. He's going to try to run up the middle, and he's going to get stopped and pushed backwards for a loss. We're going to get him back behind the 35-yard line to the 34. So we're going to have 3rd and 11.
So the handoff to him again, it does not work. The defense reads it very well. They're going to bring up a 3rd and long now, 3rd and 11. Ball on their own 34.
Looking to that sideline again, waiting for the play from the New Madrid coaching staff. Looks like there's just 2 coaches over there on the sideline, Chandler. 1 in green and 1 in black. There's 3. There's another one way down here on the other end.
I believe we talked about that. There's not a lot of players.
Yeah,
on that
definitely
team.
a small bench. We get the whistle. And I think they got the timeout. Yeah, New Madrid County calls a timeout just before the play clock hits 0. So they almost got themselves back up even further in a delay of game penalty.
So as we take this time out, we tell you about Stone Mountain Flooring. Locally owned since 1993, Stone Mountain Flooring is your trusted source for all things flooring. Online at stonemountaincarpet.com. Nice little short 2-yard run to start things off.
looks like there's smoke from back here in the atmosphere, but it's just haze as they get across the 35 down to the 38-yard line, so a gain of 4. So we're going to make it, now they're going to say a gain of 3.
We'll see what the offense does here. They're going to stay on the field.
A lot of times, yeah, it depends on if you've got a good punter. And most of the time, it ends up being your quarterback anyway. For a lot of teams, they only have their quarterback to punt things away. And with a bad snap, he's going to have to try to roll with it. He's going to look for somebody to pass to, and he's going to end up going out of bounds. He loses a bunch of yards back to the 31-yard line, so a 6-yard line. And the Tigers are going to take over deep in New Madrid County territory.
Very good field position, Ryan. You couldn't ask for any better field position coming out. Cape Central offense, very first drive of the game. We'll see if they can capitalize now after some of those mistakes from the Eagles.
Yeah, he tried to do the best that he could. Quarterback for New Madrid County Central, Nolan Mungle, tried to do the best that he could as he tried to roll out with a bad snap, and there was nobody open. They were really looking for
punt more than anything. And they'll hand this one off as Keyshawn Boyd will cut across down to the 20-yard line. A nice gain of 9. Sorry, nice gain of 11. So he's going to get the first nice little first down there already. So 1 carry, 11 yards already for Keyshawn Boyd. A 6-foot tall junior, Keyshawn Boyd. We mentioned his name so many times last year. Such a pivotal force to this offense. They're going to hand it off to him again. Is he going to run through, and he gets grabbed right at the last second around the ankles. He'll fall down at the 5-yard line. A nice little gain of 15 there for him. It's going to give him 26 yards already. So Pittman will hand it off now again, and this time he gets into the end zone. Keyshawn Boyd for a 5-yard touchdown, giving 31 yards on the game already. And that will get things started for the Tigers as they now lead 6-0. So they'll bring out Joey Charlton, see if he can make the extra point attempt, put them up 7 here. And it's good. Nice little kick there from Joey Charlton. So 1 for 1 here to start the season for Charlton. And we will step aside. Tigers lead 7-0.
Are you ready for more out of life? Gain the skills and knowledge you need at the Cape Career and Technology Center to pursue a new career as an emergency medical technician, a dental assistant, medical assistant, practical nurse, or a medical coder. Cape CTC gets you job ready with a fast-paced and focused curriculum. Visit our website today at capectc.org.
Your Career and Technology Center, Cape Girardeau CTC.
The CTC is a proud supporter of Cape Central High School. Go Tigers!
Protection from the elements is more than shingle deep. That's why Reynolds utilizes the Owens Corning Total Protection Roofing System, featuring highly engineered components designed to help your roof seal, defend, and breathe. Tough shingles with grip of the Sure Nail Strip that outperforms the competition as an Owens Corning Platinum preferred contractor. Reynolds offers the Owens Corning Lifetime Protection Warranty with every new and replacement residential roof. Right roof, right roofer. With locations in Marion and Cape Girardeau.
Let's head back to the booth. It's Cape Central Tigers football on Cape Radio 95.7.
So nice little kickoff there for the Tigers, as that'll bring the ball out to the 20-yard line as it ends up into the end zone.
Well, we'll see what this Eagles offense can do as they come back out onto the field for their second possession of the game. Hoping for better results if you're the Eagles, but Cape Central Tiger defense is able to come up with a stop there very early on. Offense was able to capitalize. We'll see what they do here on 1st and 10, ball on their own 20.
They'll set up, fake. Oh, I think that play just fell apart. He's going to throw that one away over into the Tiger sideline, into one of the coaches' waiting hands. That play fell apart. He was trying to hand it off, and then nothing you could do about that.
Just kind of a bad read overall.
So the Tigers good defense again, getting to the quarterback early to force some problems as we wait for the Eagles to get play from the sideline here once again. Throw over to the side. It's caught. Nice little play there, and they will not get back to the line of scrimmage.
So Jaquan Jones, he is able to come up with the reception, but not much doing there. He's going to be brought down 3rd and 11 now with 8:15 left to go in the first quarter. Tigers lead it 7-0.
The Eagles take their time getting the play and setting up. Quick snap to Mungle. He'll throw it across, a little slant route. Running across the middle, really not making much more headway towards the downfield. First down marker is Kylan Robinson. And he gets brought down. It's 4th and 3. He caught it across the middle, but then didn't really run downfield anymore. He more ran towards the near sideline.
Yeah, and if you're seeing here, Ryan, he is just a freshman. So
that does explain why that is. And the punt will roll down towards the 30-yard line, and it'll get picked up by New Madrid County Central, so that's where the Tigers will take over with 7 minutes to go here in the first quarter.
So we want to tell you about some of our sponsors, one of them being the Cape Girardeau Career and Technology Center. Their vision is to provide an environment for students to make career connections and advancements through education and training. The Cape Career and Technology Center, proud sponsors of Cape Central Tigers football. They're going to hand off here to Zaire Thomas, and he's going to be brought down around the 40-yard line. Gain of about 8 on the play. Second and 2 is what it's going to be.
Pittman will set up here again, this time with Boyd in the backfield. He's going to put Thomas in motion, and they'll fake the handoff to Thomas and give it to Boyd, and he will, looks like, get to the line of scrimmage. Let's see where they mark it. They're going to mark it a yard short, so just a gain of 1 yard there. It'll make it 3rd and 1.
So we've seen Boyd get the ball more than Thomas so far in this one.
And the referee is going to call timeout. And I'm wondering if maybe the timeout is a water break, just because of the temperature, the current temperature.
It's not as bad as it was yesterday. I know there was talk about possibly moving this game to tomorrow, but I think they just decided that it's not hot enough today, and tomorrow I think might have been a little worse. I think there was a good chance of storms tomorrow, so they decided not to force it and just let's play.
Well, I think once the sun goes down, it's going to feel a lot nicer up here. And it's already starting to feel a little bit better, I think, now than it did half hour ago. So
yeah, definitely. Just a little bit of time in between when we got here and now, it's definitely a little bit better.
We had some fun this evening. You know, they had the tailgate going on. Rosati's Pizza, they were catering that, and they're actually one of our sponsors this year as well. Rosati's Pizza, serving the people here since 1964. So make sure you go by and check them out.
So Pittman sets up. He gets the snap. He's going to fake the handoff, pitches it back to Boyd. No, Thomas, gets the first down and more. Downfield to the 20. He's got nothing in front of him but green turf into the end zone. Touchdown at Cape Central. That's a big run there for Zaire Thomas.
60 yards for Zaire Thomas. That is his second carry of the game. He's going to put them up 13-0 over the Eagles in this ball game. They will send Joey Charlton out here to attempt the extra point.
And it's up. And it's good. His kick is a lot higher this year than it was last year. He's definitely been practicing.
Just one more year. Sometimes that's all the difference it makes.
Yeah, Charlton originally was coming to, or was a soccer player.
Oh.
So they brought him on to try to kick some extra points. And there it is. And it really worked out. That happens a lot in schools. You get a kicker that actually ends up coming from the soccer team because they're used to having to try to get under the ball to lift it up to get it downfield.
And the thing about Charlton, too, we're going to be seeing him kick not only this year, but also next year and the year after because he's just a sophomore. So very, very cool. Joey Charlton, and we enjoyed watching him kick a lot last year, and he's going to be doing the same thing for these Tigers this season as well.
Yeah, got himself a couple good field goals throughout the season. And right now, when you're up 14-0, if you get to a point where you could possibly kick a field goal, then why not? Give him a shot. And it's going to be caught at about the 5-yard line. He's going to bring it out. Hope the far sideline gets hit backwards, but he doesn't get brought down, and now he will get wrapped up around the feet. As that was Kylan Robinson, I believe, who returned that for New Madrid County Central. So 5:30 left here in the first quarter. The Tigers leading 14-0.
I want to remind everybody that you can listen to us, Cape Radio 95.7, 1550 AM. Also, if you're on YouTube, go over to Cape Central Sports, and you will find us there as well.
So a big tackle for the Tigers, another big loss on offense for the Eagles. They're going to mark that one down at the 15. So a loss of 3, second and 13. With 5:05 to go here in the first quarter. They'll set up with 2 receivers on each side. And he got the defensive line to jump. And that'll be the first penalty on the Tiger defense this season. As he hit him with the hand clap, Nolan Mungle, the quarterback, and they fell forward and jumped across the line, a couple Tiger players.
Yeah, more than just one of them fell for that one.
Yeah, exactly. So it's going to be 2nd and 8. So Mungo will step back. He'll throw across, and it's almost picked off. Oh, they're going to throw a flag. I think they're going to be pass interference on the Tigers. Jaquan Jones was the intended target. I think they're going to say a little too much contact from the defense. And it is pass interference on the defense. So that will move the ball downfield and give the Eagles a little bit of a better field position here with 4:41 to go in the first quarter.
So a new set of downs, 1st and 10, ball on their own 34, 4:41 left to play in the first quarter.
And they're going to hand it off, coming around the outside. And he's going to get wrapped up and brought down in the backfield. And now we got some extracurricular activity here.
Oh boy.
From New Madrid. They didn't like the way the Tiger defender stood up after the tackle. Thought maybe he was taunting a little bit. And he came in and really gave a push. And that tackle was a little bit harder on Jaquan Jones, I think, than originally thought, as he's still on the field, down on the ground.
Well, the refs are going to talk it over, see what they come up with here.
We do have one coach coming onto the field for New Madrid. The trainer is out there, along with New Madrid's trainer. And so they have 2 penalties, one on the Tigers, one on New Madrid County Central, so the penalties are going to offset. So they're just going to replay, or sorry, it'll be 2nd down. As Jaquan Jones will walk off the field on his own. Well, he's over on the side, near the sideline, squatting down, so maybe not completely ready to go back in the game. Looks like they are going to tell him to come off the field.
Yeah, he might need to sit out.
Yeah, he needs to sit for a little bit. 4:24 left here in the first quarter. As the Eagles look over to the sideline, you think they would have gotten the play ready while they were over there on the sideline huddling as they attended to Jaquan Jones. And there is the play clock, hit 0. And no, they did not get a timeout. There is a flag at the 50-yard line, so it's going to be delay a game against the Eagles, and that'll push them back some more.
2nd and 16 for the New Madrid County Central Eagles.
Yeah, see, that's what I was saying. Like, you would have thought they would have gotten that play ready to go.
They had the time to do it.
And we get a timeout. Well, the play clock is off. It's not working. We're on 0, and I guess who tried to reset it, and it didn't reset. First game of the season for everybody. Just to remind you. First game for us, first game for the players, the referees, the scoreboard operators, the play clock operator.
Everybody's got to get back in the swing of things around here.
Everybody's got to get back into it.
Well, as they talk about this, we'll go ahead and tell you about Rosati's Pizza. We mentioned them earlier, but whether it's for a quick lunch or you're bringing the whole family, Rosati's is the go-to when it comes to all your pizza needs. Rosati's, feeding the people since 1964 and feeding the people here at the pregame little tailgate that we had. A great pizza that they had for us this evening. Thank you, Rosati's Pizza.
And I think we're just going to go without the play clock. Snapped to Mungo, pump fake. He's going to try to roll out, and he's going to get swallowed up. He does fall forward, so he will at least not lose anything. As that'll bring up fourth down. 3:30 left to go in the first quarter.
Well, another fourth down for this Eagles offense. Looks like they're going to be punting this one away. Zaire Thomas will be the one to return the kick. I know last kickoff they didn't have anybody back. It took a nice little bounce, but we'll see what they do here. 4th and 17.
Looks like maybe Caleb Moore will be the punter. Nope. That's another bad snap. He's going to have to try to pick it up off the turf, and he can. It's a fumble, and it's recovered by the Tigers. How the Tigers will take over on the 15-yard line. And it should be just a nice little skip into the end zone for the running back duo of Thomas and Boyd.
Well, it's still early in this one, but yes. Wow, you look at two different punts there. Very bad snaps. The Tigers were able to capitalize that both times, and we'll see they have great field position again now. Inside the 20, they're going to be on the Eagles' 15 with 2:55 left to play here in the first.
So Pittman will set up with two receivers on each side and Keyshawn Boyd in the backfield. He'll put Thomas in motion. He's going to run around the back. They'll hand it off to Boyd. He'll power forward down to the 11. So a gain of 4. And he'll bring up 2nd and 6.
Got a great turnout here this evening, Ryan, at Tigers Stadium.
Yeah, I think it's a bigger turnout than a lot of people expected. Just from some of the people standing down by the tailgate were mentioning how many, man, there's a lot of people here.
Everybody ready to watch some high school football.
Right. They're excited about this Tiger football team here this year. 2:12 left in the first as the clock continues to run. Thomas in motion. He'll get the snap handed off to Thomas. He's going to try to run around the outside. He's going to put on the brakes, fall forward across the 10, down to the 9-yard line, it looks like, a gain of 2. So it'll be 3rd and 4. The Tigers will huddle. It's 3rd and 4, 1:38 to go in the first. As the Tigers break that huddle. Don't know how much time is left on the play clock. It still has not come back on yet. We get two receivers on the right side. Pittman with a bad snap. He's going to have to try to do something with it. And he's going to get swallowed up in the backfield and thrown down. At about the 15-yard line, it'll be a loss of 6 back to the original line of scrimmage at the 15. So 4th and 10 with a minute to go here in the first quarter.
Looks like they're going to try a field goal.
Let's go for it. Field goal time. This is what I was talking about. Getting Joey Charlton out there, kick some field goals. This should be pretty easy for him. From the 15-yard line, he'll actually be kicking from the 21, 22. It looks like 21-yard line. The snap, and the kick is up. And it is no good. It's wide left. So with 34 seconds, the Eagles will take over on their own 15-yard line. It started out with great field position and then just couldn't capitalize on it. But when you're up by 2 scores this early in the game, in the first quarter, no less, you can afford to have some bad drives.
You can, and yeah, everything so far has really gone very well for the Tigers. Eagles, on the other hand, they're not able to move the ball, some bad snaps, and you look at stuff like that. If everything keeps going that way, the Tigers are going to win this game, and there's no doubt about that.
So the Eagles taking their time once again to get that play from the sideline, and we don't know how many seconds are left on the play clock. And that's a high snap. They're going to hand it off, though. He'll run it up the right side, and he'll get brought down at about the 15-yard line. They started on the 20-yard line. Why would they start on the? They should have started on the 15, where the Tigers had the ball.
Guess that was a mistake.
Yeah.
Looks like that'll be the last play of the first quarter.
Yep. Yeah. Sorry, I was thinking they got it across the 25-yard line. As that, like you said, that will do it for the first quarter. So we're going to switch sides here. And the Eagles will be going from left to right now on your dial. And the Tigers going from right to left when we come back for the second quarter after this.
Stone Mountain Carpet on Seymour's Drive in Cape Girardeau has one of the largest selections of flooring in the area. Come in and check out our wide selection of laminated vinyl plank flooring from many great brands. Also, we have a huge selection of ceramic tile. And don't forget carpet for the bedrooms. At Stone Mountain Flooring, we have the flooring in stock to fit your needs. So check out our location in Cape Girardeau on Seymour's Drive or visit us online at stonemountaincarpet.biz to complete all your flooring projects. Stone Mountain Flooring.
Banterra Bank is proud to support the Cape Central Tigers and our local communities. I'm Phil Moore, Banterra Market Executive for Southeast Missouri, and we want to be your banking partner. We make banking easy with digital banking, plus exceptional service from our friendly team members at our branch on North Kings Highway. Whether you need a bank for yourself, your family, or your business, Banterra is a team to strongly consider. Stop by and see us. Banterra Bank, member FDIC.
Every pass, every tackle, every touchdown. It's Cape Central Tigers football on Cape Radio 95.7.
Back here at Cape Central High School, second quarter. Tigers lead 14-0 here over New Madrid County Central. As we get ready for the second quarter.
So as we switch sides here, the Eagles will have the ball on their own 26.
And the play clock is back as the play will, looks like, go backwards a yard, back to the 25-yard line, so it'll be 3rd and 5. So the play clock back as it's down to 14 seconds. They'll put a man in motion, and the Tigers jump. And that was just, well, I'm not sure what that was exactly because he didn't even hard count or anything. They just put a man in motion, and they jumped. They were just ready to go. That's all it was. The Tiger defense just ready to go.
Well, it's going to move the chains for New Madrid County, bring up another first down for them.
A quick pass over to the left side, and he's going to get tripped up and just get across the line of scrimmage for a gain of 1.
We've got a couple of Tiger defenders checking into the game. Zeke Hall, number 52 for the Tigers on the defensive line. Got a 2nd and 9. 10:40 left to play here before the half. The Tigers lead at 14-0. Just a reminder for you, you can listen to us live, Cape Radio 95.7 and 1550 AM, as well as YouTube, Cape Central Sports.
Quick snap and a handoff. Trying to go around the outside. He's going to get wrapped up and brought down. So going to bring him down right at the line of scrimmage. Thought there for a second it looked like he fell and was brought down at the 30, losing a yard, but the referees mark him down at the 31. So 3rd and 9.
Just under 10 minutes left to play here before we hit the half.
Eagles look confused, trying to move people around. Play clock down to 5. He's just going to have to snap it. There we go. He looks to throw, and he just got pushed into it. The quarterback There we go. Malachi Smoot in for the tackle for the loss, the big sack. As I believe that was Marvion Cranford who just shoved the defender into Mungle.
Man, you got to give some credit to Smoot right there. He read that play so well.
Running in, and yeah.
He got to that backfield, bringing up a 4th and long now, and it's going to be 4th and 20. And this Eagles offense is going to have to be forced to punt it away.
Yeah, he broke through, and the defender, I should say the offensive lineman, more or less just gave up, and so he was trying to push him, and that one was almost blocked. He was just pushed him into the quarterback. The kick is caught at about the 50. Thomas putting on the brakes.
Wow.
He's going to run around the near sideline to the 30, to the 20, cuts across, and then finally knocked out of bounds at the 15-yard line. So a nice return for Zaire Thomas. Gets it all the way from the 50-yard line down to the 15.
And did you see that, Ryan? He had one of his own teammates was standing right in front of him, and he was able to get around all the way down inside the 20 to the 15.
And there's a face mask on the Tigers, so that's going to push them back to the 35-yard line. So that big run by Zaire Thomas is pretty much cut in half.
Well, dang. It was a nice run either way.
So Boyd is in the backfield behind Pittman. He's going to put Thomas in motion. Pittman will get the snap. He's going to step back to pass. Quick throw. Caught across near on the far sideline. Nice little cut. And then he's going to be pushed out of bounds. I believe that's Paul Tran over there. It is Paul Tran with a nice reception. Getting from the 35 down to the 22-yard line.
Yes, sir. We called his name many times last year on this Cape Central Tigers offense. He is 5'6", and he is the senior. That is Paul Tran on the reception there for the Tigers. Ball down all the way to the 22-yard line. After that pickup, 8:20 left to go before we hit the half.
Pittman will put a man in motion again. Thomas, this time they're going to hand it off. No, he's going to keep it himself. He's going to run it up the side, or the left side, and he's going to get into the end zone for a touchdown. Declan Pittman keeps it himself and runs it into the end zone from 22 yards out. And the Tigers are now up 20-0.
So the quarterback keeper works out well for him, putting them up 20-0 now over the Eagles. And now it's time to see if Joey Charlton can tack on the extra point.
Snap the kick, and it is good. So 21-0, the Tigers lead with 8:04 to go here in the second quarter.
So as the Tigers lead it here at Tiger Stadium, very first game of the season, we got to tell you about Reynolds Roofing Exteriors and Coatings. They are our broadcast booth sponsor this year. Remember, for all your roofing needs, call Reynolds Roofing Exteriors and Coatings. That's the #1 roofer in Southeast Missouri, roofingbyreynoldsmo.com. You can visit them online. And you can also listen to us online, Cape Radio 95.7 and 1550 AM over there on YouTube as well. We talked about it, got the live stream over there. Just type in Cape Central Sports. You will find the link as Cape Central is taking on New Madrid here this evening. Another way you can listen, though, as we talked about, Cape Radio 95.7 online, fm.com. So just check it out there. All different ways you can listen, tune in to Cape Central Sports all year long.
So the Tigers with a 3-score lead here as they get ready to kick this one away after the nice 22-yard touchdown run by Declan Pittman. And that's a deep kick all the way back into the end zone from Joey Charlton, so that will set them up at the 20-yard line.
So not much has worked out yet, Ryan, for this Eagles offense. They got to probably be thinking, if you're the coach, what can we try differently? What are some kind of different plays we could run, different routes, things like that? Because so far, they really haven't been able to move the ball at all. They've had some penalties that have kind of worked in their favor. But overall, it just hasn't looked real good for them.
Yeah, they've definitely had some problems.
They've had a lot of problems, for sure. 21-0 is your score with 8 minutes, 4 seconds left to play here before halftime.
So we got two running backs here next to the quarterback, Mungle. A quick snap as they dropped the ball in the handoff. And they may just be a loss of yards. I think they fell back on top of it, the Eagles. And they did. It's going to stay with New Madrid County Central. They lost, looks like just 3 yards on that one. So the play was not good, but the break after that was lucky for the Eagles.
They sure did get lucky on that one. It's second down now, and it's going to be a pretty good ways to go. 2nd and 13. Loss of 3 on the play.
And they got him with a hard count there. Again, the line jumped on the end. And that's going to be the third penalty for offsides against the Tigers. So that's going to move it up to the 22-yard line.
We're talking about it, Ryan. Looking at last year's records, Tigers finished off 10-4. And as we talked about, we do have kind of some higher expectations, a lot of returning players. New Madrid County, very good last year, 9-2, with some of their players graduated now.
A quick handoff, and he's going to be swallowed up in the backfield for a big loss. We're going all the way back to the 22, so almost back to where we had it just before that offside penalty. Just a little yard closer, 1 yard closer.
So we'll say about a 3rd and 12. Ball on their own 18.
Throw back in the backfield to Jones, and he'll kind of try to run it up the far sideline, and he's going to end up being brought down at the 26-yard line. So they'll still bring up 4th down. It's going to be 4th and 4. And we'll see what the Eagles do here. We got 3. We're going to whistle. And it's a referee timeout. With 6 minutes to go here in the second quarter, it's going to be a water break for the players and the referees. So the Tigers with 3-score lead here. 3 touchdowns here in the first half. 2 of them for one for Keyshawn Boyd, 1 for Zaire Thomas, and 1 for Declan Pittman.
Getting everybody involved this evening. That's what we like to see. So as we take this time out, we want to tell you about Strickland Engineering. Mechanical, electrical, civil, structural, and surveying. Strickland Engineering has you covered. For more information at stricklandengineering.com.
So the Tigers looking to stop the Eagles here on defense as it's 4th and 4. Trying to get that ball in great field position. Trying to get another score off here before halftime. Going to the locker room up by 4 scores.
Pretty comfortable lead we already have, but yes, a 4-score lead, you can't go wrong with a score like that before the half.
So we got 5 receivers out on the field for the Eagles. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. 2 to the left, 3 to the right. Mungo get the snap. Quick throw, and it's, I don't know if it was overthrown or underthrown. I don't know if he was overthrown to Jones or if if it was underthrown to Robinson. It went over the head of Jones and at the feet of Robinson.
And truly, Brejon Clemens could have almost picked that ball off.
Yeah, he came flying in there to try to knock it down, and yeah, like you said, he almost picked it off.
So that'll set up the Tigers very nicely now. Good field position. Ball on the Eagles' 26. How about that?
So Paul Train will come and sit up here on the near sideline. As they're going to set up with Boyd in the backfield. And they'll hand it off to him. He's going to run it right up the middle, breaking through one tackle, but it'll finally get brought down inside the 10 at the 6 or 7 yard line. Let's see where they mark him down. It's going to be first and goal from the 7.
We've seen Boyd and Thomas both play now for a couple years, and they've been really, really good, both of them. And they're just another year older, and you can tell. You can just tell that they're so much better already.
Hand it off to Boyd. He's going to pound it up the middle. And he'll get brought down at the 2, another gain of 5 for Keyshawn Boyd.
Another year stronger for both Thomas and Boyd. Thomas being a senior, Boyd being a junior. A little substitution going on here for the Tigers offense as number 9 Carter Armstrong will come off the field, and entering into the game, you got Jathan Spain.
Boyd in the backfield, but Thomas lined up over there on the left side. And they're going to give it to Boyd. He's going to run in, bump off a defender, and then find a hole into the end zone for another touchdown. And it's 27-0. Tigers leading here in the second quarter with 4:24 to go. So enough time to maybe even possibly get the ball back and score again. Get up by 35 and get that clock running in the second half.
They would have time. They certainly would. We'll see what Mr. Joey Charlton can do here as he comes out to attempt the 4th extra point in this game. So far he's made all his extra points.
And this one is up, and it's also good.
I was hoping I didn't jinx you.
I know, that's what I was thinking.
Sometimes you got the announcer curse on that one.
Exactly.
Luckily, he makes it. So 4 for 4 on extra point attempts this evening. That puts the Tigers up 28-0 with 4:24 left to play here before we go to the half. Let's tell you about one of our sponsors, Stone Mountain Flooring. Locally owned since 1993, Stone Mountain Flooring is your trusted source for all things flooring. Online at stonemountaincarpet.biz.
So 28-0 with 4:24 to go here in the first half. So 4 scores here in the first half for the Tigers. If they can get one more, get that clock running in the second half. They kicked off to start the game, so they'll get the ball to start the second half. As Charlton will kick this one away, and it's going to get back into the end zone once again. So we'll bring it back out for the Madrid County Eagles to try to get something going on offense. They have had just the worst time on offense tonight.
Just terrible luck, really, Ryan. I mean, you look at just all the different... I mean, they've had some penalties that have kind of worked in their favor. But other than that, this offense has not been able to get the ball downfield at all. They haven't even been in their opponent's territory.
And even with those penalties, like you said, those penalties end up getting erased mostly on a big tackle for loss.
Yeah.
They end up right back where they were. Basically the same exact situation, just a fresh new down instead of the original, what it would have been. And we get a flag, a false start on the offense. So the Eagles will get pushed back. This time a penalty on the Eagles, on their offense this time. They'll set up with 2 receivers, and they'll put Jones in motion, stepping back. He'll pump fake. He's going to throw downfield, and they're going to throw some flags in, and let's see if it's on the offense or the defense.
I'd imagine that might be a pass interference.
And it's going to be a pass interference on somebody. It should be. Nope, it's going to be on the defense.
Yeah.
It looked, that's what I'm saying. The Tiger defense is also saying it should have been on offense. From up here at this angle, it did look like the receiver for New Madrid kind of grabbed the Tiger player with his hands around his inside shoulder and pushed him away to try to make the catch. I think it probably could have just been on both, and they could have just been an offset, and
that would have probably been the best way to handle a play like that. But nevertheless, they're going to call it on the Tigers. That'll bring up a first down for the Eagles. And by the way, that was the furthest we have seen them air the ball out. They have not thrown it that far yet, so maybe that's something they'll try.
Another offsides penalty on the Tigers as they jump over the line again. So it'll be 1st and 5 with 4:17 left here in the second quarter. They're going to fake the handoff, and he's going to slip on the turf, and they're going to throw a flag in.
We got all kinds of flags.
No, it's going to be a penalty on the offense. I missed what he signaled there.
Was it holding?
I think it was holding. Yep, holding.
So that'll push them back a little bit. Okay, 1st and 15 now after the holding call. Eagles have the ball on their own 25 with 4 minutes left to play exactly before we go to halftime.
And they're going to do a little trickery there and try to hand it off, fake a handoff to one and give it to the other. And he's going to get back to, he's actually getting to the 31. He's going to gain a yard past that original line of scrimmage, so it'll be 2nd and 9.
JoJo Hamlin, he will come in for the Tigers, make that tackle. 2nd and 9 for the Eagles.
.327 to go, first half. As the Eagles getting that play call in again from the sideline. Just taking so long as they will hand it off to Jones, and he's going to end up getting wrapped up in the backfield for another tackle for a big loss. And they're going to mark him down at the 28-yard line. So 3rd and 12 with 2:43 to go, second quarter. So a good chance, Chandler, to possibly get the ball back if they can hold him here. They're going to fake the handoff. Bad throw, and it's going to end up incomplete as he's overthrown. The intended receiver, I believe, was number 1, Eric Tillman.
So the Tigers should get the ball back now with, as you said, plenty of time. If they want to capitalize again, score another touchdown, that would put them up very comfortably here before we even hit the half.
Yeah, thanks to the incomplete pass, the clock stops at 2:28. They've got Thomas back to receive, and that punt almost was blocked again. It's going to bounce and take a Tiger bounce and then bounce again for the Eagles, and it'll be downed at the 43-yard line in Tiger territory.
So we will tell you about Rosati's pizza, whether it's for a quick lunch or you're bringing the whole family. Rosati's is the go-to when it comes to all your pizza needs. Rosati's, feeding the people since 1964. The Tigers will take over here now. 2:27 left to play. Before halftime, the ball will be placed on about the 43-yard line. Here we go.
Got Spain in motion this time, and Pittman's going to fake the handoff, step back to pass. Here comes the defense, and he's going to throw it incomplete. And we're going to get a flag on the play, as the Eagle defense just cut right through. And I think that's going to end up being called intentional grounding on the Tigers, and it is. So that will back them up a pretty good chunk of yards.
Not a call you see all the time.
Yeah.
They're not always real quick to call one like that. But I know he had, if you may have seen Ryan, he had Carter Armstrong wide open.
Oh, yeah, he was wide open. If it wasn't for all those defenders running in or running at him, he probably would have been able to get that pass away. So 2:19 left here in the second quarter, as Pittman will move Spain over, and he will hand it off to Boyd, and he will run it up the middle and get back to the 35-yard line. So 2:06 to go in the second quarter now.
I'm just going to bring up a third down. See what this offense will do here. Do they give it to Boyd? Maybe bring in Thomas? Maybe air it out? We'll just have to see.
We've got Armstrong, Tran, and Thomas here on the left side. All three receivers, none on the right. Pittman is going to roll to the left. Looking downfield, he'll throw, and it's over the hands of Thomas, and it's incomplete, and that'll bring up third down.
Fourth down.
Sorry, fourth down. Looked at the down marker just a little too soon. Hadn't changed it yet.
So looks like the Tigers going to punt this one away. Minute 35 left here before we hit the half.
So they'll punt it away, and Jones back to receive for the Eagles. A little bit of a high snap, but a good catch. And a pretty good punt as well, as it's going to come down at about the 40, but it's going to take a big Eagle bounce, and Spain does the right thing of jumping and making the catch off the bounce to down it in Eagle territory yet at the 43-yard line.
So we will tell you about Reynolds Roofing, Exteriors, and Coatings. They are your broadcast booth sponsors all season long here for Cape Central Tigers football. For all your roofing needs, call Reynolds Roofing, Exteriors, and Coatings. The #1 roofer in Southeast Missouri, roofing by ReynoldsMo.com. That's Reynolds Roofing, Exteriors, and Coatings, proud supporters of Cape Central Tigers athletics.
So two receivers to the left side, one to the right. And now they'll put Jones in motion. They're going to throw it to him quickly in the backfield. He's going to catch it, get it across the 50, and he's going to be wrapped up and brought down in Tiger territory at the 49-yard line.
I believe that's the first time they've actually gotten into Tiger territory all game. So we'll see.
Correct.
Time is going to be ticking away here, but maybe, just maybe, they could get some points on the board before the half. We'll have to see.
And they got to look to the sideline now once again. A flag comes in. It looks like it's going to be a false start on the Eagles. Yep, false start on the offense. So that's going to push them back into their own territory once again. Oops, a little too far. Back to the 46-yard line. So it'll be 2nd and 7. And a quick handoff. He's going to try to run it back up the middle, and he gets to the 50-yard line. He does not get across, so he'll end at the 50 as he's brought down with 1:08 to go as the clock continues to run. 3rd and 3.
So we'll see. I don't see much urgency at all, like from the Eagles' offense here. It looks like they're not really trying to hurry up, get any sort of points on the board. Kind of surprising, really. You would think that would be a goal here before the half, but maybe not.
So we're going to get 2 receivers on each side. As Mungle will throw quickly, and it's going to be incomplete. And that'll bring up 4th down. He hit him in the hands, too. That was a good throw. He just couldn't hold on to it as he's brought down with the contact. And a lot of people, some people may think it's pass interference, but once the receiver makes contact with the ball, you can hit him. You can bring him down. And so when they made contact, the defense brought him down.
Yep, very good read by the defense and just in and out of the hands of Malachi Hughes.
Some kind of sideline warning or something to the Tigers? I don't know. That was weird. He didn't officially signal anything. He pointed towards the sideline, but I don't know if that was actually directed at the Tiger sideline. Quick snap now as they're going to hand it off, try to run up the middle. He's got enough for a 1st down, and he's going to be wrapped up and brought down just shy of the 45-yard line as they get a 1st down with 30 seconds to go here in the 2nd quarter.
You know, still not going with any type of hurry up. So, I don't know. Will they get one more play off here before the half? I imagine they will, but yeah, they're taking their time.
A quick snap. They're going to hand it off to Jones. He's going to flip it over to his receiver, spinning, and he'll get brought down shy of the 1st down marker, and that will probably be it.
They might call timeout.
And they do stop the clock, and they do call timeout. Good call, Chandler. So they take a timeout with 7 seconds.
I feel like they wasted a lot of time, though. They could have been doing a hurry up or something, but no. Wasted a lot of time. They only got 7 seconds.
Wasted a lot of time getting those plays in. I think that was Robinson who got the flip from Jones in the backfield. And yeah, they take so long to get the play out there, and then when they're out there, they end up changing the play anyway. But it takes so long for them to get the play, for these guys to figure out what they're running, that we have already had one delay of game called on the Eagles, and they had to burn a timeout in the 1st quarter to avoid a penalty.
Exactly. So as we do take this time out, we want to tell you about Stone Mountain Flooring, locally owned since 1993. Stone Mountain Flooring is your trusted source for all things flooring. Online at stonemountaincarpet.biz. So 2nd and 1, 7 seconds left here to play before the half. You probably got time for 2 really quick plays if you're this Eagles offense.
Four receivers to the right side. Now they'll put a man in motion. Quick throw, a little bubble screen to Jones. He's going to get wrapped up. He does get a 1st down. And they'll stop the clock at 2 seconds. Excuse me, 2 seconds. And they call a timeout. So they'll use their final timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter.
So they'll be looking to throw this one into the end zone. I'm sure they don't have a kicker that'll be coming out here to kick that one. At least we don't typically see that in high schools. So we will tell you about Cape Career and Technology Center during this timeout, proud sponsors of Cape Central Tigers football. The Cape Career and Technology Center's vision is to provide an environment for students to make career connections and advancements through education and training. Cape CTC, sponsoring Cape Central football all season long.
So 2 seconds remaining here in the 1st half. As The Eagles are going to try to take a shot, like you said, Chandler, in the end zone. It'll be interesting to see what they try to do. A quick throw, and that's going to get... Ooh, almost caught. That was a lot better than I expected. The throw itself did not look pretty, but Eric Tillman almost made the catch. But the time will expire, and that will do it for the first half. The Tigers lead 28-0 as they go to the halftime locker room over to that brand new facility that they have here at Cape Central High School. They moved the locker room out here for the Tigers, the indoor training facility for football, soccer, band, track, basically anything, honestly, except for basketball. Basketball already is inside. So
and look at that new sign. We were talking about that, Ryan. Great looking new sign they got out there, Cape Central Tigers Training Facility. They put it up here just a few weeks ago.
Yeah, not that long ago.
And I drive by here every day on my way to work, and I saw it, and I was thinking, wow, that looks great.
I noticed they have two of them. They have the one that's there on the other side that we can't see, and then there was one here on this end that faces the school against the side. I noticed that when we were down there earlier for that tailgate up on the building on this for us, the right side.
Yes. So I believe we're going to take a little time out here,
Ryan. Breaks here at halftime with the Tigers leading 28-0 here over New Madrid County Central. We'll be back after this. You're listening to Cape Central Tiger football on Cape Radio 95.7 FM and watching on YouTube at Cape Central Sports.
Protect your home's curb appeal. Don't let black streaks lower the value of your home. Reynolds Roofing Exteriors and Coatings installs Owens Corning Street Guard algae-resistant shingles. These shingles inhibit the growth of algae by using a specialized copper line granule from 3M. They're available in a wide variety of styles and colors and comes with a 25-year algae resistance limited warranty. Keep your roof looking like new. Right roof, right roofer. Reynolds Roofing Exteriors and Coatings with locations in Marion and Cape Girardeau.
Are you ready for more out of life? Gain the skills and knowledge you need at the Cape Career and Technology Center to pursue a new career as an emergency medical technician, a dental assistant, medical assistant, practical nurse, or a medical coder. Cape CTC gets you job ready with a fast-paced and focused curriculum. Visit our website today at capectc.org.
Your Career and Technology Center, Cape Girardeau CTC.
The CTC is a proud supporter of Cape Central High School. Go Tigers!
Banterra Bank is proud to support the Cape Central Tigers and our local communities. I'm Phil Moore, Banterra Market Executive for Southeast Missouri, and we want to be your banking partner. We make banking easy with digital banking, plus exceptional service from our friendly team members at our branch on North Kings Highway. Whether you need a bank for yourself, your family, or your business, Banterra is a team to strongly consider. Stop by and see us. Banterra Bank, member FDIC.
Stone Mountain Carpet on Seymour's Drive in Cape Girardeau has one of the largest selections of flooring in the area. Come in and check out our wide selection of laminated vinyl plank flooring from many great brands. Also, we have a huge selection of ceramic tile. And don't forget carpet for the bedrooms. At Stone Mountain Flooring, we have the flooring in stock to fit your needs. So check out our location in Cape Girardeau on Seymour's Drive or visit us online at stonemountaincarpet.biz to complete all your flooring projects. Stone Mountain Flooring.
It's Cape Central Tigers football season. Strickland Engineering is proud to support the athletes, coaches, parents, and fans who bring excellence to the field year after year. Strickland Engineering has been providing engineering services for over 40 years. Strickland Engineering works with schools, churches, healthcare, and municipalities across the country to move your projects forward, start to finish. One company, over 40 years of excellence. Strickland Engineering. Find us online at stricklandengineering.com.
DollarSavingDeals.com is the Heartland Savings Superstore. Save up to half price on certificates to local businesses at DollarSavingDeals.com.
In Southeast Missouri, check out the deals from Momo's Favorite Treats Bakery in Jackson, the St. Genevieve Museum Learning Center, Jackson Deli in Jackson, Rock and Roll Drive-In in Chaffee, and Tropical Island Pets in Cape.
If you're in Cape, Sykeston, Jackson, Paducah, Chester, Carbondale, Mount Vernon, Marion, or anywhere in between, get to DollarSavingDeals.com or look for us on the Big Deals app.
Your home for Cape Central Tigers football. Cape Radio 95.7.
Back here at Cape Central High School, I'm Ryan Winkler alongside Chandler Jansen as the Tigers lead 28-0 here at the half, and it's really just been all Tigers this whole time, Chandler.
Very one-sided ball game, no doubt about that. You know, we look at the run game by the Tigers. You got to be very happy if you're a Tigers fan. Keyshawn Boyd, Zaire Thomas, they're both another year older, another year stronger. We can tell that. We can sense that from up here in the press box this evening. It has led this offense to a very nice lead, a very comfortable lead, as they are up 28-0 over the New Madrid County Central Eagles. And while some of the struggles so far, they only have been in the Tigers' territory for one possession. And that was the very last possession right before the half. They finally were able to make a few plays, and they were starting to get downfield. But they just didn't have enough time. They wasted some time, and they've had some penalties, some which have worked against them, some which have worked in their favor. But you look at it and you say, well, what can they do differently? Because this is a very, very good team traditionally. You know, they were very good last year, 9-2. But as we talked about in the pregame, there's several different players that have graduated now. So they've left the team. They're on playing college, doing other things. And the Cape Central Tigers, yes, they've had some graduates too. But this is still a fairly young team, and they have a lot of returning players, and we're able to see that. You know, you look at the kicker, Joey Charlton. He is just a sophomore. Yeah, we're going to be seeing him kick not only for this season, but the season after that and his senior year. So talking about his soccer background as well. That's they kind of recruited him over here to play a little football. So, yeah, very nice lead. If you got to take that away, 28-0. You really couldn't ask for anything better if you're a Tigers fan this evening, Ryan.
Yeah, the defense and the offense both playing really well, especially the defense. The only time that the Eagles, besides that last drive that Madrid had there at the end of the first half, the only time the Eagles have moved the ball downfield was because of defensive penalties.
Yes. Yeah.
And then that last drive, the Eagles finally got it across the 50-yard line into Tiger territory. But before that, it was nothing but Tiger penalties that really allowed them to move down the field. And that's one thing that the Tiger defense can work on is just, and the penalties were just offside, just jumping too early. And I think it's just week one, they're a little too amped up, ready to go, and ready to get to that quarterback. And, you know, that first drive that the Eagles had, they got to him quite a bit. And I think that has added on to the adrenaline that the defense has. You know, we can get to this guy if we get there early enough, we get a good enough jump, and sometimes they jump just a little too early.
No doubt about that. And as we had talked about earlier too, Ryan, you know, everybody just got to get back in the swing of things. This is the first game of the season. We got to get back to it. And, of course, all these players, this is the very first game of the season. So there's going to be some errors. There's going to be some things. You got to take away what do we want to improve upon. And really, you got to be happy if you're this Tigers team. Coach Gibbs' 5th season here as the head coach for this Cape Central Tigers football. So let's tell you a little bit about one of our sponsors, Reynolds Roofing, Exteriors, and Coatings. For all your roofing needs, call Reynolds Roofing, Exteriors, Coatings, the #1 roofer in Southeast Missouri, roofingbyreynoldsmo.com.
Yeah, Chandler, it's actually 6th season. We miscounted.
6th season, okay.
We forgot to count this as the 6th. He's had 5. And
He's had 5, and this is yes,
6, yeah.
That would make sense. Now, let's look at his team record here. He's 32-26. As a career, you know, he coached in Sykeston before this, and he's 192 and 167 overall. Last season, we talked about it, 10-4. They were Class 5 District 1 championships, and we have higher expectations, honestly, this year. You look at these two running backs, Boyd and Thomas. It's still a young team. It's still a very good team, and they've all gotten a year better and a year stronger, for that matter.
Yeah, definitely stronger. You can tell by Keyshawn Boyd. We didn't see a whole lot of Zaire Thomas in that first half, but Thomas did get himself a 60-yard touchdown run.
I will say, yeah, they've given Boyd the ball more, but Thomas, the few times he's had the ball, has done very well.
Yeah, exactly.
Very well. You look at even his punt return that he had. And
he got from the feet, caught at the 50, made it down to the 15 before the penalty brought it back, but still a good.
Very good. Yeah, very good athletic return. You know, he had a guy standing right in front of him, one of his own teammates even, and he was able to get around him all the way down to the 15, and then they called the penalty, brought it back 20 yards. But Yeah, Thomas and Boyd, that's the two running backs. You've heard us talk about the dual threat from this Cape Central Tigers football team, and they're going to be doing it again this year as they lead at 28-0. 12 minutes left here in the half.
Yeah, it'll probably be a little bit more than that because of the band being out on the fields. They always end up adding 3 minutes. So, we'll say probably almost another 15 minutes before we get started for the second half. So, Chandler, I know you wanted to talk a little bit college football.
Always got to talk a little college football at halftime. It seems like kind of a tradition we've done the last few years now. And week 0 was last week. Georgia Tech defeated Florida State, top 10 team. I don't think a lot of people saw that one coming. 24-21 was the final.
So, they played that overseas.
Yes, I did hear about that.
So the college game day, they had Sheamus, WWE wrestler.
Okay.
He was a guest picker. And the panel, they picked Florida State. They came to him, and he goes, I want to pick Florida State. But he said, my heart and my gut tell me Georgia Tech.
Wow.
So he picked Georgia Tech, the only one to pick Georgia Tech. And he ended up getting it right.
And a lot of people probably thought he was crazy.
A lot of people booed when he picked Georgia Tech. You could hear people in the background booing, but he ended up being right, which is not a good look for Florida State. Coming out for that whole, we should have been in the playoff.
Yeah.
That was ridiculous. That's bogus. And then you end up losing to Georgia Tech, obviously by not a lot of points, but you still end up losing to Georgia Tech, who is not known for being a football powerhouse.
No, and I think we can just say this too. As far as the power conferences go, and there's been a lot of conference realignment, obviously.
What, 4 now?
Yeah, there's only 4. We get rid of the Pac-12 at this point, but truly, the ACC is probably the weakest of those conferences. I think that's really without a doubt almost. The ACC is not as strong. Florida State just lost, so they're going to be out of the top 10 now. And Clemson would probably be the best team in the ACC, even though they're probably not going to win tomorrow because they're going to be going on the road to Georgia, the number 1 team, at 11 a.m. So that'll be an upset if they can pull that off.
That's what I was going to say. Clemson is really the only reason that the ACC is still kind of looked at as a football conference, but you take them out of the picture and the ACC is just...
Who else you got?
We're going to wait for basketball season.
Yeah. You got, Miami, Florida.
Miami is supposed to be better
They're
this
decent.
year.
They're supposed to have a good year. NC State played last night, and they struggled for a while. I don't know if you were keeping up with that score at all, but they were actually losing to Western Carolina for a bit of that game. And they ended up pulling off the win, 38-21, so they did win. Other scores last night, Mizzou, they won big over Murray, 51-0.
Murray's in one of those schools, too, they're definitely basketball school.
Yeah.
And their football team has not been good for a long time.
And you got Utah. They shut out Southern Utah last night, too, 49-0. Actually, a game going on right now, Oklahoma, number 16 team in the nation. They are actually up right now 34-0 over Temple. That's in the third quarter. Looking ahead to some of the games tomorrow, as we mentioned, Clemson will go on the road to Georgia. That kickoff is at 11 a.m. Penn State, West Virginia tomorrow. So there are some big games going on. Number 4 team, Texas, will be taking on Colorado State. And we mentioned Miami, Florida. They'll be going on the road to Florida Gators. So how about that? How about Texas A&M and Notre Dame? That's a big game tomorrow.
That's a big game, yeah.
That's going to be at Texas A&M. So that's going to be a night game. And who you got in that one, Ryan?
I'm going to pick Notre Dame. Okay. Because nobody usually picks Notre Dame.
And I'll pick Texas A&M.
All right.
Home field advantage.
Yeah.
I think we'll go with them. Pull off a little upset. That would be a little bit of an upset there. So, USC and LSU, that's another top 25 matchup that'll be going on. Actually, that's on.
That'll probably be a blowout. I see LSU just destroying.
It's on Sunday.
Oh, that's right. That's right. We have 5 straight days of college football.
Yes.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday.
Yeah, because Florida State, Boston College will be back on Monday. So how about that?
Yeah, some big matchups. Some obviously first week, no surprise, playing a small team matchups.
Pretty typical early on in the season, and you look at some of the teams, SEC is always kind of known for this, ACC a little bit too. They'll take one of those weeks, maybe second or third from the last.
Yeah.
And they'll go play, and they'll host a real small school, always like an FCS team of some kind. And a conference that never does that is the Big Ten.
Yeah.
The Big Ten does not do that at all.
Their schedule always seems to be, let's play the weak teams first couple weeks, and then it's almost just nothing but conference.
Yes.
From then on out, which is nice. I mean, obviously now they're not just 10 teams anymore. So, that is one thing that I like is they play enough conference games.
Yeah.
They play plenty of conference games. They don't worry about playing any small schools later in the season. That was one thing that always bothered me, too, when they were doing the, strength of schedule, BCS stuff for the championship and all that. And Alabama would always get, one of the top rankings. And it's like, you look at their schedule and they're playing Chattanooga, the week before the last game of the season. Like, how can you say strength of schedule for them is that much better when you see a team, say, let's just say back in that day, say Oregon's playing Stanford. Stanford would have been high-ranked and Oregon would have been high-ranked. Those teams played each other at the end. I think they just went by what team were on the schedule, not by how the team was doing late, during, because you see LSU, well, back then LSU wasn't always that great. All they saw was LSU, and they said, yep, that's a tough game. They saw Mizzou. When Mizzou was good, they still kind of figured that in. They're like, yo, that's a tough game, even though it wasn't. Then there was that gap in between when they were terrible again.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I think the playoff is much better.
Yeah.
Just got to figure out a better way to get the rankings going.
And as we've talked about, as far as the conference realignment goes, I don't agree with it. Regionally, it doesn't make any sense.
I don't like it at all.
I just kind of wish that everything would stay the way it was, but now we got the Big Ten is huge. They've got all these teams that are from the West Coast, and you even take the ACC, the Atlantic Coast Conference.
Yeah.
They got teams like Stanford.
We got Stanford as
who's on the West Coast. So it doesn't make a lot of sense, but we're not the ones making those decisions. We're just here to talk about whether we like it or not. We're just going to commentate on it. But, SMU, that's another team that's joined the ACC this year, and they weren't even a Power 5 before that. We'll see how they do in the ACC. I don't know. They might not do well, but I think they were actually predicted to finish maybe top 40-ish, so, yeah. SMU has had some good seasons in the past, SMU Mustangs, but we'll just have to see. How much time we got here before?
They stopped the halftime clock, and they just put up a regular clock now.
28-0 here at half.
Referees are coming out. We have a couple Central players out on the field. It's just Joey Charlton warming up, kicking some field goals from back at the 32.
His kick has improved this year, hasn't it?
Oh, that's good. That was a good kick. Kicking that from the 32-yard line.
You can tell, yeah. He has come a long ways. He's gotten a lot better. Just a sophomore.
Look at the scoreboard, Chandler. Cape Central Cap Dance. They're going to put helmets up on the scoreboard on the screen. And you're going to have to find out who's got what. And I don't know where I didn't see the ball, so I'm already lost.
I wasn't even paying attention.
I wasn't paying attention enough to figure out what the heck was happening. But that's nice. That's neat. I like that. I think we'll go ahead and we'll take a break, and hopefully when we come back, the teams will be back out on the field, and we can get this second half going. But the Tigers up 28-0 here over New Madrid County Central.
Protection from the elements is more than shingle deep. That's why Reynolds utilizes the Owens Corning Total Protection Roofing System, featuring highly engineered components designed to help your roof seal, defend, and breathe. Tough shingles with grip of the Sure Nail Strip that outperforms the competition as an Owens Corning Platinum preferred contractor. Reynolds offers the Owens Corning Lifetime Protection Warranty with every new and replacement residential roof. Right roof, right roofer. With locations in Marion and Cape Girardeau.
It's Cape Central Tigers football season. Strickland Engineering is proud to support the athletes, coaches, parents, and fans who bring excellence to the field year after year. Strickland Engineering has been providing engineering services for over 40 years. Strickland Engineering works with schools, churches, healthcare, and municipalities across the country to move your projects forward, start to finish. One company, over 40 years of excellence. Strickland Engineering. Find us online at stricklandengineering.com.
Stone Mountain Carpet on Seymour Drive in Cape Girardeau has one of the largest selections of flooring in the area. Come in and check out our wide selection of laminated vinyl plank flooring from many great brands. Also, we have a huge selection of ceramic tile. And don't forget carpet for the bedrooms. At Stone Mountain Flooring, we have the flooring in stock to fit your needs. So check out our location in Cape Girardeau on Seymour Drive or visit us online at stonemountaincarpet.biz to complete all your flooring projects. Stone Mountain Flooring.
Banterra Bank is proud to support the Cape Central Tigers and our local communities. I'm Phil Moore, Banterra Market Executive for Southeast Missouri, and we want to be your banking partner. We make banking easy with digital banking, plus exceptional service from our friendly team members at our branch on North Kings Highway. Whether you need a bank for yourself, your family, or your business, Banterra is a team to strongly consider. Stop by and see us. Banterra Bank, member FDIC.
Is your life stuck in a rut? Or maybe you just need to schedule time with friends. At the Cape Girardeau Career and Technology Center, we offer short-term personal enrichment classes, such as motorcycle safety, photography, sewing, painting, ballroom dancing, and more. Visit our website at capectc.com for a full listing of classes we offer.
Your Career and Technology Center, Cape Girardeau CTC.
The CTC is a proud supporter of Cape Central High School. Go Tigers!
DollarSavingDeals.com is the Heartland Savings Superstore. Save up to half price on certificates to local businesses at DollarSavingDeals.com.
In Southeast Missouri, check out the deals from MV Nails in Sykeston, Freedom Fitness in Jackson, Reed's Harvest House in Chester, and Turk Dogs in Cape.
If you're in Cape, Sykeston, Jackson, Paducah, Chester, Carbondale, Mount Vernon, Marion, or anywhere in between, get to DollarSavingDeals.com or look for us on the Big Deals app.
Back to the action. It's Cape Central Tigers football on Cape Radio 95.7.
So back here at the Cape Central High School, I'm Ryan Winkler alongside Chandler Jansen as the Tigers lead 28-0 here at the half over the New Madrid County Central Eagles, and it's 2:50 left before the second half starts. Both teams back out on the field as kind of figured they'd add time back to the scoreboard and get these guys some extra time to warm up. You know, we talked about it earlier, Chandler, not on the air, but as we got here, we were walking around, coming back up towards the press box, and we said how, New Madrid is not a big team. And we don't mean that size-wise, we mean bodies.
Yes.
They do not have a lot of guys on the team. A lot of their players are two-way players. They have about 4 or 5 lines over there of 4 guys each, so maybe 20-some players.
Wow. Well, they put them to work then.
Yeah.
That's what that means.
They're definitely they should be in good shape, let's put it that way.
For sure.
Very well conditioned. So just that one touchdown the Tigers need to get the running clock started here in the second half, as Declan Pittman and Chapman Ogles both throwing, warming up some there towards midfield. If you're watching on YouTube, Pittman on the left and Ogles on the right. Pittman is number 12, Ogles number 15. Ogles is a lefty, he's a southpaw.
So I wonder if they're going to roll with him here then in the second half.
If anything, I feel like Pittman, since he's warming up, he will probably get at least the first series. And then depending on what happens I think if they score, maybe Ogles will come out and take over in the second half. Just with them being up by 35, that'd be a pretty big deal. Who the heck? Who is that over there? Chandler, you got the roster. Who's 25?
25 hours for, yeah, that would be, yes, sir, Hayden Bowers.
That's what I thought. Bowers plays baseball, and I could kind of tell from the way he was throwing.
Okay.
He's not dressed out. He's out there in shorts and a jersey, so I wonder what's wrong with him.
Oh.
Chandler, last year, you know, I made a lot of movie references and a lot of movies you hadn't seen.
You know what? I was going to tell you, don't bring up any movie references because I probably have.
Well,
go ahead.
I'm going to give you, this one just made me think, Bowers made me think of this because there's a character, his name is Bowers.
Okay.
Have you ever seen Little Big League, where the kid is the manager?
No.
Oh, you should watch that one. That one's a good movie, too. It's back when the Twins played in the Humphrey Dome, and Griffey was on the Mariners. Griffey and Randy Johnson were on the Mariners. They're in the movie as themselves.
Okay.
So basically the story, the kid, his grandpa owns the Twins. Grandpa dies, leaves him the team. So now he's the owner he's like 12.
Yeah.
And then he decides, the manager's fired, I'll do it. So he starts coaching the Twins. And it's a funny movie. It's a good movie.
Might have to check that one out. Yeah. As we talked about, and yeah, if you remember listening last year, I'll admit it. There's a lot of movies I haven't seen. I guess I'm just not a big movie person, but that's okay.
Ooh, I thought maybe they were trying for some onside kicks here, but it's just a short kick, except it goes right to Keyshawn Boyd, who's got it at the 45, the 50, the 40, the 30, the 20, the 10. Touchdown, Keyshawn Boyd.
You can't start off the second half better than that.
Nope, taking it to the house from about the 25-ish yard line and a kick return. And Chandler, there was that touchdown we were just talking about that they needed for that 35-point lead. As it's now 34-0. And Charlton will line up for the extra point. Pittman may not get in the game at all now.
Might just have Chapman Ogles in the backfield then.
Oh, he came flying through the line. That is going to be a big penalty on the Eagles. And I think they're just going to tack it on maybe at the kickoff.
That reminds me, talking about the kickoffs, I wasn't certain, that you got the different kickoff rules now this year that have happened, not with high school.
Yeah.
But I was wondering if that would apply to high school or not, and it doesn't. So
I was wondering as the kick is up and it's good, so it's 35-0 Tigers, and there it is to get that clock started as soon as the New Madrid County Central Eagle offense gets on the field. I believe once they snap it, that's when the clock will start, and it won't stop until New Madrid cuts the lead down to 28. Or even just below 35. They could get a field goal. I don't think they have a kicker, but it's possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, speaking of the kicking rules, which actually the thought that I had had anything to do with kicking. I was curious if they had adapted the college rules to where now college has a 2-minute warning. So I was wondering if they had adapted that 2-minute warning into high school or not, and they have not.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah, I feel like they won't do that in high school just because it seems like high school games take a while anyway.
Yeah.
No need to draw it out. When they add an extra stoppage of play. That's a deep kick. It's going to bounce, and it'll get into the end zone. It almost didn't at first, and the Eagles kind of panicked there for a second. But thankfully for them, it did bounce into the end zone, and they'll get it out at the 20-yard line. That was the first kick, I believe, from Charlton on a kickoff that didn't initially land in the end zone.
Pretty impressive.
Yes, when he gets his leg behind it, he's got that nice running start there for a kickoff. He can really kick it deep.
You know, talking about something else, you look at another rule, the onside kicks. That's one I don't really agree with a whole lot. I don't really like some of those new rules with the onside.
You got to be losing in the fourth quarter to be able to do that.
Yeah.
A quick little shovel pass to the side is going to be brought down for a big loss of 5 back to the 15-yard line, so it'll be 2nd and 15.
Because to me, onside kicks are hard enough already.
Yeah, that's the whole, I mean, like,
you don't need to make it more difficult.
Obviously, when you think about it, the majority of the time the onside kick comes, they line up for an onside kick. You know it's coming. You can see it. There's been the few instances, the only one that really sticks out in anybody's mind is that Super Bowl where they lined up for a regular kick and then kicked it offside. Or kicked it onside, sorry. But, I mean, most of the time, like people have said, an onside kick, most teams don't do it till the fourth quarter anyway when they need the ball back. And you see it coming, they line up for an onside kick. They're going to hand this one off now to Jones, and he's going to get across the 15 down to the 17-yard line, so a gain of 2 will make it 3rd and 13. So, yeah, I don't know. It does take away that possible surprise your opponent thing.
Right.
But at the same time, how often does that happen that you don't line up to kick an onside kick?
Onside kicks are hard enough as they are, if you ask me. But
yeah, and how often does a team get the onside kick back? If it's not in a movie, very rare.
I wouldn't know because I probably haven't seen
That's right, you haven't seen it.
I've got a 3rd and 13 here with 9:40 left to play in the third quarter.
So at halftime, as they're going to hand this one off, and he's going to get wrapped up again for no gain. Maybe they may have marked him at a loss. Let's see where they actually placed the ball. No gain. So it'll be 4th and 13. No gain, no loss. At halftime, Sykeston beating Crystal City 15-12.
Okay.
See if I can get an update for the Jackson game. They are playing Cardinal Ritter.
Sure, they got a full house over there at the pit this evening.
I think this one's in St. Louis. The kick will not. They can't get the kick away. They're going to sack him for a big loss, and the Tigers will take over at about the 12-yard line. So Chandler, another chance here to put some points up quickly as the clock does continue to run, though, with being up 35-0. Let's see who comes out on the field, and it's going to be Declan Pittman. He'll come out at least for another drive. I figured they probably told him, you're going to drive and then you may be done. And he didn't get to start the second half because Keyshawn Boyd decided to take one to the house on the kickoff to start the second half. Going to fake the handoff. Pittman rolls, throws to the end zone. And it's going to be intercepted in the end zone by the Eagles. And that'll be a touchback. As I can't tell what number he is. Number 1. That must be Tillman. Yeah, Eric Tillman making the interception in the end zone. So the Eagles will take back over again on their own 20-yard line. And at halftime, Jackson trails Cardinal Ritter 20-0.
Dang. Okay.
Cardinal Ritter at last check, because it will change throughout the season. At last check, they have 5 D1 recruits on their team.
I was going to say, they're traditionally pretty good.
Yeah, they've got guys that are being recruited, have been recruited by big-time colleges, so they are only going to add to that list, I'm sure. As Mungo will step back, he'll throw it over to the far sideline. He's going to break a tackle. Somehow he slipped out of that one, and he's going to get across the 25-yard line inbounds as he's brought down at the 26. what looked like was going to be a very short gain, maybe a big loss, actually turned into a 6-yard gain for the Eagles with 6:38 to go in the third quarter.
Got that continuous clock, just keeps on ticking. And it will continue to do that unless the Eagles can cut into this lead. I don't know if they'll be able to, though. Nothing's worked for them so far. We'll see what they can do here on 2nd and 4.
Yeah, they turned it over on downs in the first drive of this half, and they're going to hand it off. He's going to try to run it up the middle. He's going to be short, and he'll be short by a couple yards. Looks like they're going to mark him at the 28. So a gain of 2 makes it 3rd and 2. And with it being 6 minutes, 5:58 left, we get a whistle for a water break.
And that will stop the clock.
That will stop the clock, yeah, that does stop the clock. That's the only bad part about the temperature being warm in the second half. When they do the water break at 6 minutes, it does stop the clock, whether it's 35 points or not.
We were talking about how hot it was when this game started. It feels nice up here right now.
It feels nice, yeah.
Got a nice little breeze. And
that may be the air conditioner.
Yeah, that's true. We do have a nice air conditioner, but we do
have the window open.
The window's open, and it feels good up here as we'll take a little water break, and as we do that, we'll tell you about Stone Mountain Flooring. Locally owned since 1993, Stone Mountain Flooring is your trusted source for all things flooring, online at stonemountaincarpet.biz.
5:58 left as we wait for the referees to signal to get the clock going again after the water break. There it goes. So under 6 to go here in the third quarter as Mungle will hand it off again, and he's not going to make it. He's going to get brought down at the 29, and he needed to get to the 30, so it'll be 4th and 1. And at this point, I don't see them punting. I see them. It looked like he thought about it. It looked like Mungle expected the punt. He was backing up to maybe get into position to punt this one away, but 4th and 1 and the clock running. Probably got to go for it. You might as well go for it and see what you can get out of this, as they are going to line up now with 2 backs in the backfield, 1 on each side. As he'll look over to the sideline now for the play. And they'll get the snap. He's going to hand it off. And he's got enough for a first down as he gets across the 35 down to the 36-yard line. I think the original thought from maybe just the crowd in general was try to get another offside penalty, but I think they decided they're maybe looking for it, so we're just going to go.
The Cape Central Tiger defense will make a few substitutions here, and time continues ticking away. We got just under 4:30 left to play in the third quarter.
So they're going to set up in that same formation, 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right, 2 halfbacks, and a low snap. And they will not get anywhere with that one. He's going to be wrapped up in the backfield for a loss back behind the 35-yard line. It looks like they're going to mark him down at the 35, so a loss of 2. 2nd and 12.
And just a reminder for everybody out there listening, whether that be on Cape Radio 95.7 FM, 1550 AM, or streaming, you just type in caperadio95.7.com. You'll find the Listen Live link over there. Maybe you'd like to watch this game, though. Not a problem. We've got it for you on YouTube, Cape Central Sports. Type that in, and you will find it. Live stream Cape versus New Madrid County this evening. Ryan and I have the call for you all season long here on Cape Radio 95.7.
Yep, looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's going to be a great year.
They'll get the snap. Mungle will throw. Quick throw. It's caught. Breaks a tackle. And then he's going to get brought down by 2 Tiger defenders near the far sideline for a another loss back to the 32. Looks like a loss of 3 this time. 3rd and 15. .244 left here in the third as the clock continues to tick. As he keeps looking over to the sideline for that play. I think that's something that New Madrid will have to work on. They've got plenty of time right now on the play clock, but I think the play clock isn't actually moving. A quick snap, they're going to hand it off again. Running it up the middle is, I think, maybe Jones. I didn't see the number right away. And he's brought down at the 35-yard line. That is not Jones, that's number 21. Charlie Rosano.
Yeah, I think he had a carry very early on in this one, so they give it back to him.
I think he came in when Jones went out of the game after he got hit hard in that first quarter.
Yes.
They're down to a minute 50 here in the third quarter. 4th and 11. Then he jumps across the line again, the defense giving the Eagles some extra yards on another offside penalty. So they'll set up. Mungo back to pass, throwing downfield, and he is going to be intercepted by the Tigers on the far sideline. He'll get it up across the 50, and they'll mark him down at the 46-yard line.
So Mateo Rivers, he's going to come up with that.
Mateo Rivers.
How about it?
Mateo Rivers, one of the basketball guys, coming up with a big interception there. So now the Tigers take over in Eagle territory once again, only this time at the 45-yard line. So they marked him down at the 45. And they'll hand it off, and he'll flip up over the defense. That's Keyshawn Boyd. And he'll gain a couple here. Looks like a gain of 3. Two tailbacks in the backfield, back behind Pittman. As he'll hand it off to Boyd, running it up the middle, and then he'll be brought down as he gets a first down. Just shy of the 30-yard line, looks at about the 32. So a nice little gain there of 9.
Just like that, it's the end of the third quarter.
The third quarter. So we'll switch sides here once again, and we'll get ready for that fourth quarter. So just 12 minutes left here between the Tigers and the Eagles, and we'll be back after this. You're listening to Cape Central Tiger Football on Cape Radio 95.7 FM and watching on YouTube at Cape Central Sports.
DollarSavingDeals.com is the Heartland Savings Superstore. Save up to half price on certificates to local businesses at DollarSavingDeals.com.
In Southeast Missouri, check out the deals from Momo's Favorite Treats Bakery in Jackson, the St. Genevieve Museum Learning Center, Jackson Deli in Jackson, Rock and Roll Drive-In in Chaffee, and Tropical Island Pets in Cape.
If you're in Cape, Sykeston, Jackson, Paducah, Chester, Carbondale, Mount Vernon, Marion, or anywhere in between, get to DollarSavingDeals.com or look for us on the Big Deals app.
Protection from the elements is more than shingle deep. That's why Reynolds utilizes the Owens Corning Total Protection Roofing System, featuring highly engineered components designed to help your roof seal, defend, and breathe. Tough shingles with grip of the Sure Nail Strip that outperforms the competition as an Owens Corning Platinum preferred contractor. Reynolds offers the Owens Corning Lifetime Protection Warranty with every new and replacement residential roof. Right roof, right roofer. With locations in Marion and Cape Girardeau.
Let's head back to the booth. It's Cape Central Tigers football on Cape Radio 95.7.
So back here at Cape Central High School, I'm Ryan Winkler alongside Chandler Jansen. And the Tigers leading 35-0 as we get ready to start this fourth quarter. As the Tigers on their way to starting the season 1-0 before next week, where we head up north to St. Charles West. One of the 3 road games we have this year. St. Charles West.
Yeah, not many road games at all this year, Ryan. We'll take that, though. I mean, we'd much rather be here than 2 hours on the road, right?
If we could swap one of those road games, even just to play at Jackson again, that'd be fine. Because we don't want to have to go to St. Charles, Poplar Bluff, or Farmington. Farmington's not as far as the other 2, but those 2 road games we do have are a nice little drive.
For sure.
One of the reasons, though, we do have an extra home game, or I should say one of the reasons we have that many home games, is Lift for Life, is they are on the schedule. They do not have a field, so we will not be going to Lift for Life next year. They're still going to be coming here to us.
Okay.
So we'll get a home game 2 years in a row.
And speaking of St. Charles, they are currently playing St. Dominic this evening. Says quarter number 1. I don't know. Maybe that's not up to date or not. But they were up 6-0 last score update there on Max Preps.
Oh yeah, that's probably why. Hand off to Boyd. He's going to run it up there outside to the 15-10-5 and into the end zone for a touchdown. No, they're going to say he stepped out of bounds at the 5-yard line. They're going to step out of bounds at the 4 or 5-yard line. Let's see where they place the football. And actually, we're coming back as there is a flag on the field. Let's see what the call. It's going to be against the Tigers because it's moving back. It's a holding call on the Tigers. So we move backwards. So it's going to be 1st and 12 after that play, after the penalty. They move the ball back from the spot of the foul. So 1st and 12 as Pittman will hand it off to Thomas. He's going to try to go around the outside. He'll cut back towards the middle and get across the 30, and he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line. A nice little extra push there by Thomas. Gets him a couple extra yards.
It's one thing I've noticed every single time that they've given the ball to Thomas this evening. He's always making those moves, and it's worked out so well for him. It's worked out in his favor every single time he's done it.
So 10:37 to go. As Pittman sets up 2 receivers to the left, he's going to hand this one off to Boyd. He's going to go around the outside. On the far sideline, breaking one tackle, and another flag comes flying. He gets into the end zone. Let's see what the penalty marker is for. This could be the 2nd touchdown that comes back for the Tigers in the same drive. And another holding penalty on the Tigers. Moves the Tigers back again. So they're actually going to gain a yard thanks to the penalty. Because the penalty is enforced from the spot of the foul. So it's actually 2nd and 4 instead of 2nd and 5. So we're going to try this one again. 3 receivers to the left. Boyd in the backfield. Thomas in motion. He's going to go back behind, and they'll keep it. Pittman's going to keep it himself. He'll get enough for a 1st down as he gets across to the 20-yard line. So 9:50 to go. 1st and 10 for the Tigers. Pittman will set up this time 2 receivers to the left. And Boyd in the backfield. Thomas will, nope, Boyd will move over. And they're going to hand it off to him. He's going to run it up the middle again, and this time he gets down to the 10. He's got enough for, that should be a first down because he got to the 10-yard line. He had to get there from the 20.
Yep, should bring up a first and goal. 9:05 left here in this one. 35-0.
Hey, Tigers in the red zone again. Trying to put more points on the board here in the fourth quarter. Thomas and Boyd both in the backfield now. And just the one receiver to the left. And Pittman will hand it off to Thomas. He's going to try to go around the left side. And he'll get brought down at the 10-yard line, so no gain but no loss. So it'll be second and goal.
Let's tell you about Reynolds Roofing Exteriors and Coatings. For all your roofing needs, call Reynolds Roofing Exteriors Coatings, the #1 roofer in Southeast Missouri. RoofingByReynoldsMo.com.
Just over 8 minutes. Make that 8 minutes exactly now. Left here in the fourth quarter as 2-3 receivers over to the right side. Pittman will send Boyd out. They're going to do a bubble screen. They'll get it to Boyd. He'll make a one-man miss, and they'll get into the end zone for a touchdown. That one almost looked too easy for Keyshawn Boyd. As the Tigers add 6 more and make it 41-0.
How many touchdowns does that make it for Keyshawn Boyd now in this game?
Are we counting the 2 that didn't count? Or the actual touchdowns?
Probably just the actual touchdowns.
It's 3.
3.
Is that 2 regular and then the kick return?
Yeah. So I say he's the player of the game.
Yeah. Kick is up, and it is good. 42-0. Tigers leading with 7 minutes to go as the clock continues to run here between the Tigers and the Eagles. And we didn't predict it on air, but we predicted a lopsided victory for the Tigers earlier in the day, and right now that's what it looks like we're going to get. 42-0. I say right now, it's like they can give up 42 points in 6 minutes with the clock running.
That might be the greatest comeback of all time.
That would be insane.
Even better than the Patriots coming back in that Super Bowl when they played the Falcons, right?
Oh, boy. So 6:14 as the clock keeps going.
That reminds me of talking about that game, that Super Bowl, when the Patriots came back. There was some kind of meme out there I saw on Instagram or Facebook one, and it showed Matt Ryan. Somebody says something about 28-3, and you could just see his face. He just made a face, you know, when they said that, like, I'm giving flashbacks right there.
He's disappointed.
Very much so.
And 6 minutes, so we're going to get another water break here with the clock stopping here in the fourth quarter.
So as they do that, we will tell you about Rosati's Pizza, and you've heard us mention it if you were listening this evening. They are proud sponsors not only of Cape Central Athletics here on Cape Radio 95.7, but they also provided the pizza for us at the pregame tailgate this evening. Very good pizza. Rosati's, whether it's for a quick lunch or you're bringing the whole family, Rosati's is the go-to place when it comes to all of your pizza needs. Rosati's, feeding the people since 1964. Proud sponsors of Cape Central Athletics here on Cape Radio 95.7 all year long.
Those pieces were huge, too. They were like 2 pieces.
They were.
One.
Yes, they were.
They were humongous.
So exactly 6 minutes left to play in this one. Tigers lead it 42-0 over New Madrid County Central.
Just waiting for Charlton to get set to kick this one away. And that one is deep. And it will not bounce in this. It's actually going to come back out. And the Tigers are going to fight for it. And I don't think they got it. I think New Madrid came away with it. But they did not expect that ball to bounce from the end zone back towards them. He was expecting it to bounce into the end zone. And they will get the ball, looks like, at the 9-yard line, the Eagles.
We got a slow-moving vehicle driving past over there on the road. They got a flag flying.
What is he? I wonder if that's a... I can't even tell what kind of flag that is.
I don't know. That's something going on.
Is it flying or somebody waving it? It kind of seems a little... It looks like it may be an American flag.
Okay, well, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, that's good.
Heartland. I think it says Heartland on the side.
Yeah, he was definitely good, like 5 miles an hour.
Yeah, people passing him and everything else.
And quick handoff. I thought maybe it was a fumble the way the quarterback reacted. Maybe there initially was, but the Eagles were going to pick it back up as we continue to get closer to the final minute. We got 4:23 left here in the fourth quarter.
Just going to bring up a 2nd and 6. Ball on their own 13 here. So this offense taking their time. Not much they can really do at this point in the game, but
the play clock is off again.
And we've had some issues with it.
Yeah. We can't keep up with the play clock. A high snap, quick throw, caught by Jones. And he's going to get brought down into the backfield by what looked like just kind of grabbing of his arm and pulling him backwards.
So Malachi Hughes, he will be brought down on the play. 3rd and 8 now for the Eagles.
Yeah, looking to the sideline again for their play. As this just takes forever. This is one thing that I think New Madrid is going to have to work on. You're going to have to get that a lot more quickly out onto the field, or relay it quickly, and a lot more with a lot more fluidity.
For sure, for sure.
Handoff. He's going to break free. No, he ended up actually getting tackled if you count the contact that was made by the defender. I couldn't see who it was, but he got his hand out there and kind of pulled back, and we got enough of him to lose his balance and he'll fall over. So that's actually going to get you a tackle in the stat sheet, considering you were the one that made the contact to knock him over.
So yeah, probably one of the better runs we've seen from this Eagles offense this evening is they are able to bring up the first down. Charlie Rosano with the carry on that one. Ball now on their own 23.
High snap, and it's going to bounce. Tigers are going to fall on top of it. Let's see if the Tigers do fall on top of it. They recover the fumble, and it'll be Tiger football with 2:13 to go as the clock continues to run.
So it looks like this one is probably going to be a shutout, Ryan.
Yep. Chapman Ogles will come out on the field with 2 minutes remaining. He'll come out to take over here. As, like you said, Chandler, going for the shutout. 42-0. Ogles puts a man in motion. We get the snap, and he's going to hand it off. Quick run across the middle, up the right side, and he's just shy of the end zone. That was number 22.
I'm thinking that was 33.
Might be 33.
Which, if that was the case, I believe that was Kenny Lewis on the carry there for the Tigers. So first and goal now.
Oh.
Unless we got a
penalty here on the
okay.
Tigers, so we're going to move it backwards. So it's still going to be, it's just going to be first and 15? First and 17. It doesn't look right. I think that's first and 15.
Can't imagine how it'd be a first and 17.
Yeah, that's weird.
If they're going forward, it's not like it's a half the distance to a goal. But
Chapman's going to keep it himself, and he'll get wrapped up at about the 16-yard line. Looks like he gained a yard. Yeah, it looks like it's second and 14. Go by the original line of scrimmage. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it looks like 4. I don't know where they got that 17 from.
Don't know either.
High snap off the fingertips. Ogles is going to roll, and he's left-handed, so he'll throw, and it's going to be a wobbly pass, and it'll be incomplete, and they're going to throw a flag now as the clock is down to 23 seconds. I'm not sure. Yeah, they're going to pick the flag up. I was going to say, I don't know what that flag could have been, but the clock will run now. And that will do it as it's down to 16 seconds. As the Tigers will win the first game of the season. They will go start the year 1-0. Shutting out New Madrid 42-0. And we will take a break, and when we come back, we'll have the post-game show for you here on Cape Radio 95.7 FM and on YouTube at Cape Central Sports.
It's Cape Central Tigers football season. Strickland Engineering is proud to support the athletes, coaches, parents, and fans who bring excellence to the field year after year. Strickland Engineering has been providing engineering services for over 40 years. Strickland Engineering works with schools, churches, healthcare, and municipalities across the country to move your projects forward, start to finish. One company, over 40 years of excellence. Strickland Engineering. Find us online at stricklandengineering.com.
Protection from the elements is more than shingle deep. That's why Reynolds utilizes the Owens Corning Total Protection Roofing System, featuring highly engineered components designed to help your roof seal, defend, and breathe. Tough shingles with grip of the Sure Nail Strip that outperforms the competition as an Owens Corning Platinum preferred contractor. Reynolds offers the Owens Corning Lifetime Protection Warranty with every new and replacement residential roof. Right roof, right roofer. With locations in Marion and Cape Girardeau.
Is your life stuck in a rut? Or maybe you just need to schedule time with friends. At the Cape Girardeau Career and Technology Center, we offer short-term personal enrichment classes such as motorcycle safety, photography, sewing, painting, ballroom dancing, and more. Visit our website at capectc.com for a full listing of classes we offer.
Your Career and Technology Center, Cape Girardeau CTC.
The CTC is a proud supporter of Cape Central High School. Go Tigers!
Banterra Bank is proud to support the Cape Central Tigers and our local communities. I'm Phil Moore, Banterra Market Executive for Southeast Missouri, and we want to be your banking partner. We make banking easy with digital banking, plus exceptional service from our friendly team members at our branch on North Kings Highway. Whether you need a bank for yourself, your family, or your business, Banterra is a team to strongly consider. Stop by and see us. Banterra Bank, member FDIC.
Stone Mountain Carpet on Seymour's Drive in Cape Girardeau has one of the largest selections of flooring in the area. Come in and check out our wide selection of laminated vinyl plank flooring from many great brands. Also, we have a huge selection of ceramic tile. And don't forget carpet for the bedrooms. At Stone Mountain Flooring, we have the flooring in stock to fit your needs. So check out our location in Cape Girardeau on Seymour's Drive or visit us online at stonemountaincarpet.biz to complete all your flooring projects. Stone Mountain Flooring.
DollarSavingDeals.com is the Heartland Savings Superstore. Save up to half price on certificates to local businesses at DollarSavingDeals.com.
In Southeast Missouri, check out the deals from MV Nails in Sykeston, Freedom Fitness in Jackson, Reed's Harvest House in Chester, and Turk Dogs in Cape.
If you're in Cape, Sykeston, Jackson, Paducah, Chester, Carbondale, Mount Vernon, Marion, or anywhere in between, get to DollarSavingDeals.com or look for us on the Big Deals app.
Every pass, every tackle, every touchdown. It's Cape Central Tigers football on Cape Radio 95.7.
Back here at Cape Central High School, I'm Ryan Winkler as the Tigers win 42-0. I'm here with Chandler Jansen. And Chandler, the Tigers, it was pretty much all Tigers in this game. It's New Madrid County Central, they could not get their offense going. They had, I'd say, 2 good drives, but it really didn't amount to much of anything as they ended up stalling out. They just ran out of time in that first one at the end of the first half, and then, just couldn't get anything going after that.
And I think a big takeaway for the Tigers, you got to be happy after this victory. Both offensively and defensively. The Keyshawn Boyd, he's the player of the game. And basically a shutout. Well, you can't ask for any better results than that. 42-0, you come in here, and of course, as we mentioned, player of the game is Keyshawn Boyd. So Strickland Engineering, they are sponsors on that. We will tell you about them one more final time this evening. Mechanical, electrical, civil, structural, and surveying. Strickland Engineering has you covered. For more information at stricklandengineering.com. They are sponsors of Cape Central Tigers athletics here on Cape Radio 95.7. How about this? We're talking about Jackson. Latest score I see is they are currently trailing Cardinal Ritter 26-0. So if that is up to date, then yeah, that's another shutout over there as well. And it says third quarter, 6 minutes to go. That was last update 2 minutes ago, actually.
Yeah, the other update we had from any local was Sykeston was up 15-12 at halftime over Crystal City.
Okay.
So Sykeston looking to start their season 1-0 as well.
And I believe they weren't too good last year at all.
No, they struggled last year. They do have a new coach this year down at Sykeston, so looking to maybe change things up, turn things around, and so far it looks like, at least at that update, the things were going their way. They were getting started off on the right foot.
Yeah, maybe they'll improve, because last year they were only 2-9 overall, and they lost all 4 district games and everything like that. So yeah, maybe the Bulldogs will improve this year, and we'll of course be keeping you up to date, keeping you posted on all the different scores around the area, Jackson, Sykeston, and whatever the case may be as far as that goes. So
Sykeston 22-12. I'm guessing that's a final.
That's a final. Okay.
Sykeston does get 1-0. Does start 1-0. And so next week we'll go north to St. Charles West. The Tigers will take on, I think they're the Warriors. So that'll be a rematch. Last year the Tigers played St. Charles West and ended up, I believe, losing that one to St. Charles. That one was here at home. And I believe also the second week. No, it was just, nope, sorry. We did not play St. Charles West. We played St. Charles, and that was the first game of the season last year, and won that one 35-33.
Okay. I'm glad you made that distinction there. So
St. Charles West is somebody new added to the schedule this year.
Okay.
And we'll be heading up that way to see what they have to offer football-wise in week 2, and hopefully the Tigers can continue this momentum and go 2-0 after the first 2 games.
That's what we'd like to see.
Exactly. That's what we'd like to see. So that'll do it for us here at Cape Central High School. For Chandler to my right, I'm Ryan Wiggler. For Anthony back at the station, Anthony and Paul both getting us started. As week 1, like Chandler said earlier, it's week 1 for everybody. So everyone was on deck, making sure we got things started and got things going without a hitch.
I think it went pretty well.
I think so. I think there may have been a little bit of audio problem on the YouTube side, but hopefully we'll get that figured out for next week and get that fixed. So for all those guys, I'm Ryan Winkler. We'll see you next week at St. Charles West. Thanks for listening.
Oh, goodness! You've been listening to Cape Central Tigers football on Cape Radio 95.7 FM News Talk. This presentation of Cape Central Tigers football has been brought to you by Reynolds Roofing, Exteriors and Coatings, Banterra Bank, Cape Career and Technology Center, Rosati's Pizza, Stone Mountain Flooring, Strickland Engineering, and DollarSavingDeals.com. Join us next time for more Cape Central Tigers football on Cape Radio 95.7 FM News Talk.